I'm playing with stencils today. Want to see? Come on in.
Hello everybody, it's Julia Laird with Senior Susie Stamps, and today I was kind of in the mood to do a little bit of stenciling, and I thought I would film it, and if it makes some pretty cards I'll show you. If not, you won't know. But anyway, I wanted to show you a little trick when I'm storing my stencils. I cut two sides open so that I can just slip my stencil in like that. I know that seems simple, but to try to get a stencil back into something like this, to get it in and out of, once you have an intricate stencil like that, it hangs and it can tear or displace your little tiny pieces like these little ones on the leaves here. So all I'll do is to take my scissors and cut down this extra side, and it creates this nice fold back flap to slip those stencils in. I just discovered that, I don't know, a year or so ago, and it has made my stencil life much easier. I've been trying to save the packs that they come in so that I can tell you what stencils they are. And today we're going to use the two apple blossom stencils. I have some cards that I made yesterday for World Card Making Day, and I'll show them to you. We're going to do the through the stencil, which is what this one was, and then the ink pull, which is what this card was. These were 7 different ink colors, and these are 2mm gems on these cards. Let's see, I think you can probably see the gems if I twist the card just a little bit. But this one is up on foam. I've blacked the edge and added some additional black ink blending on the edge of that one. It helps draw the eye in. This one has some little small 2mm blue gems, and then some clear ones here in the flowers. These flowers were part of that stencil, and so I just used them, and it is also up on foam. Let's get started today. I'm going to use some paper that was left over from yesterday's work, and I think I'll start with that because this color that's on it will make absolutely no difference at all. And I'm going to use this Oriental bamboo stencil, and really what I want is this part of it. So I'm just going to tape it down about like that, and I'm going to use some regular tape. I'm using my mat here, and this seems to stick really well to the mat to hold the stencil and the paper in place for me when I'm doing this kind of stuff. Now I'm also going to use some of this Post-it removable label tape to mark off these spots that I don't really want to stencil through, because I think on this first one I just want to see what this stencil looks like. I've not used it before. Get that taped up. It looks like I need one more little spot right there. There we go. And I thought I would use some kind of fallish sort of colors. I've got smoky slate, some pumpkin pie, daffodil delight, lucky limeade, Cajun craze, and marina mist. I'm going to start with the lightest one, which I think is going to be smoky slate. It might be the daffodil, but for what I'm doing, it doesn't really matter. I'm just trying out this stencil, and I want to give this bamboo a little depth, And then I'm going to go back with the green on top of that. But all I want to do with this gray is just add a little shadow here. And I think that's all I want that for right now. Oh, I've also got Memento Tuxedo Black over here. I'm going to use this Lucky Limeade on the bamboo and on the greenery as well. And I'm making it darker down here at the bottom and lighter up at the top. I just want to see how it turns out. And I'm going to come over and do the leaves and stems as best I can. This has some, looks like maybe some water lilies and possibly some butterflies or something up in there. Not quite sure what that stuff is, but I'm thinking it's butterflies. I'm going to change out to a little Daffodil Delight. Now you know I'm going to do a double pull on this ink. And by that I mean we're going through the stencil on this one. Then I'm going to pull that stencil out when I get finished here. And I'm going to put a piece of paper down on top of the stencil itself and pull the ink that we're putting on right now. And it'll give us a nice impression of the stencil in the negative. I think I'll put a little Cajun Craze on those flowers as well. Just kind of in the center. There. Now I'm going to do that area up in there in a little bit of the Marina Mist blue, I think. And I'm going to change out my brush. And then I'm going to go back in with a little bit of Tuxedo Black and do the border around and see how it comes out. But I think I'm only going to do the outside of the border, and maybe I'll go get another color and do the inside of the border. I don't know. We'll find out when we pull the stencil just how crazy this is. It may be fun. And it may be trash fodder. That's one nice thing about using an older piece of paper like that. It doesn't bother me one bit to throw that out. Not one little bit. And I think it's just kind of fun every once in a while to go up to your studio and have a play with no agenda and see what comes up with. Now let me see, I think I need another little color here, and let's do this dark blue Pacific Point. I'm going to wipe my black off my brush if I can a little bit here. And I'm going to try, maybe I'll get even a thinner brush. This is a really super thin little brush here. I got these brushes in a set from Amazon, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago now, when they started, you know, being all the rage to have. And I just decided I'd get a set with as many different brush heads as I possibly could, and believe me, I have not regretted it for 1 minute. Because it gives me the opportunity to do this kind of close stencil work. I think think I'll put just a little extra dark on the centers of those butterflies. Let's see, where else might we need a little? How about some tips on these? Okay, let's stop there and pull our stencil off. And really all I want to do is to pull this paper out from under it. And there's the reveal on one, which I think that turned out pretty. Let's see what it looks like now when we do a little water spritz. And y'all have seen me do this before in another video, and it's a technique that I really like. Now, I have another piece here that was left from, it was the third pull off of this set of cards, and it doesn't really have enough detail to be particularly interesting for a background, but I'm going to use it on this because I think the colors will enhance just a little bit. And I think we're going to lay it right down like that. And of course these will have to dry. When you add the water to the ink like this, it'll buck the paper, and then you have to let it dry up well. And I usually on these kind of things, I do mount them up on foam. Oh, now see, that's interesting. Oh gosh, wow. All right, I think I'll pick up just a little one. No, maybe I'll leave it. Let me try one more, and let's see what we get on the third one, since we're just having play day today. Okay, now this is another one that had a little leftover ink on it from what I was working on yesterday. It's amazing to me how many pulls you can get off of a stencil like this. Looks like I'm going to get some ink on that. Alright, let's see what it is. There. Oh, I kind of like that one too. Alright, well I'm going to set these aside. But the first thing I want to do is to black the edge. And that gives this card a definite edge when you put it on a white card base. And then I want to take this Memento Black. Looks like I got a little fuzz on my blender there. And then all I'm going to do is to blend a little blacks into the corners here. Just kind of following that circular pattern that's there. Stencil cards are really quick and easy to make. Just adding a little few extra touches like this to them can really make them pop. There. Now, I'm kind of liking that little bit of whatever that orange brownish color was that was in there. So let me see if I can pull just a little bit up into that card. Just for a little bit more color. There. Yeah, I like that. It looks like a kind of a dark sky looking out into a pretty sunlit garden there. Maybe, I hate to ruin it, but I think I might put just a little yellow on that. Let's just see. Now normally when I do this, I start light and then go to black, but I didn't this time. So let's just see. There. Oh yeah, I like that a lot. Well, no luck finding rub-ons that have these colors in them, so I'm going to set these to the side and I'll work on them later. If I finish them up anytime soon, I'll post them over on the Facebook page and y'all can come look at them. So right now today, let's go ahead and finish this card, because it should be really easy to finish. And as I said, sometimes these get a little bit warped, and so I kind of like to put a foam underneath of them, and it helps to straighten them out so that they don't warp your card base. I want to move this stuff out of the road here. Follow up on my family that's in Florida. They have finally gotten some water, and they're still out of power, but they've seen the power trucks on the street, so there's hope that they may get power sometime today. So that's what we're hoping for at the moment. And I appreciate all of your prayers and concerns, and your asking about them, because they've had it much better than a lot of folks that are there. And so we take our blessings where we can find them, don't we? But I just wanted to say a quick update on them and let you all know that we have appreciated your prayers and concerns. One thing that I've been doing is they've had text ability on their phones, so no internet or anything like that, so they were having trouble getting any kind of information. So I've been taking pictures of websites and government office communications and that sort of thing, taking pictures of them and then posting them on their phone, and that way they are as up to date as I can possibly make it for them. But hurricanes or cyclones are a different breed of cat. Gracious. And then it hit in the South Carolina area. Those folks got hammered, and now we've got another one off the coast of Mexico. That's scary times these times, isn't it? Alright, let's look at this card here. There. And you can see now how that little black pin that I put around that edge just really makes it pop off of this white. And all those colors that we dusted in there are really bringing the shine up on that card and brings your eye into this focal point of the flower. Now I've got some little tiny gems here, the same ones I used on those cards over there, and I think I might pull a few and just see. And prime spot for these is on these little butterflies, I think. So let me see if I've got some. I'm leaning kind of towards this strange little green color here. I don't know for sure. But maybe, if I can get them flipped over. Something like that I think will be fine. Okay, let me get those glued up. One thing about these little 2mm gems. They just take a teensy drop of glue. A little spatter would have been nice on this card as well. And I'll just make that into a thinking of you card and leave it blank on the inside for right now. And because there wasn't any papers left, I won't be putting anything on the inside of that card. But that's the card done for today, and I'll be working up those other two. So if you all have a great day and a great week, and I will talk to you again when we come back with Scrap Card Thursday. So I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.